The Debt Beyond Lifetimes, a story of karma that never forgets. High in the Emerald Mountains of the East stood a weathered monastery known as Cloud Lantern Temple. The fog wrapped around its ancient walls like silent prayers, and monks walked barefoot along mossy stone paths, chanting softly through the dawn. Among them was an elderly master named Enso, revered not for his sermons, but for his quiet wisdom and unwavering compassion. Unlike many monks, Master Enso carried a strange reputation. He lent money. Not often, not carelessly, but with full awareness of karma. To those who came begging for silver or rice, he would say with serene eyes, "I ask only one thing. Will you return it in this life or the next?" Most answered, "This life." They repaid what they could, but some, greedy or skeptical, would smirk and say, "Next life." And Enso would simply nod. Among the villagers was a young man named Taku. He had once tried to apprentice with carpenters, failed. Tried his hand at farming, quit. He spent his days gambling in shadowed taverns, complaining of fate, yet dreaming of wealth. Word reached him of the strange monk who gave away money, no questions asked, only that eerie question about lives. Curious and broke, Taku climbed the mountain. "Master," he said, bowing with exaggerated politeness, "I've heard of your kindness. I seek only a few coins to begin my business. I'll return it in the next life." Enso studied him. He saw the flicker of deceit behind Taku's smooth words, but smiled nonetheless. From within his robe, he pulled a small pouch and placed it in Taku's hand. "Then, may your next life remember this one well." Taku left the monastery, laughing in his mind. "What a fool," he thought. "This monk believes in fairy tales." But what Taku hadn't told the monk was that he never intended to start a business. That night, he crept back up the mountain, eyes gleaming with greed. "Surely," he reasoned, "if this old man lends so freely, there must be more treasure hidden inside." He waited till nightfall. As the temple lamps dimmed and the monks retired to their quarters, Taku slipped silently around the back of the temple grounds. He found a storage shed, locked but old. Instead of breaking in, he decided to hide nearby, watching for the right moment. The shed neighbored the monastery's livestock pen, where 2 water buffaloes, gifts from villagers, were kept. Taku crouched in the tall grass. But as the moon climbed higher, a strange sound reached his ears. Voices. Soft. Murmuring. But unmistakably, speaking. Taku leaned closer, heart pounding. It was the buffaloes. "I wonder how much longer we must stay here," one sighed. "My karma is nearly repaid." "Yes," said the other. "I still remember the monk's face from my past life. I borrowed rice from him and never returned it. Now I serve his monastery, carrying wood and plowing earth. But each act of service frees me. I feel lighter with every sunrise." Taku's blood ran cold. The second buffalo added, "I'm glad I came back like this. Had I returned as a man, I may have repeated my mistakes. But as a beast, I serve without pride." Suddenly, the shadows felt deeper. The forest, once calm, now pressed in on Taku. He stumbled backwards, caught his breath, and ran, down the mountain, into the night. Back in the village, he locked himself in his hut, heart hammering. For days he couldn't sleep. The words of the buffaloes echoed in his mind. "I borrowed, never returned. I serve." The idea that animals around him could be people repaying debts unsettled him. Could that stray dog outside his door be an old gambler? Could the ox dragging a plow in the field be a rich man who once scorned the poor? The more he thought, the more he unraveled. Taku returned to the monastery before the week was done. He fell to his knees before Master Enso. "I lied," he confessed. "I mocked your question. I took your money, and I tried to steal more. But now I know, karma is not just real, it is patient and exact." Master Enso looked at him, eyes as still as mountain lakes. "You've seen enough to return?" he asked. "Yes," Taku whispered. "Not just the coins. I want to repay the harm I intended. Please, teach me." For the next 10 years, Taku remained at the monastery. He rose before the sun, carried water, chopped wood, tended the buffaloes, including the very ones he had overheard. He asked forgiveness from them daily, offering extra feed, whispering prayers of remorse. The monks saw his change, not in words, but in the humility with which he served. He never asked to be ordained. He simply worked, lived simply, and listened. One morning, the elder buffalo did not rise. Its breathing slowed, then stopped, eyes peaceful, as if having completed a long journey. Taku wept like he had lost a father. Master Enso came to him. "You mourn well," he said. "You have learned what most forget. Every action, every debt, every kindness. It all echoes." "Have I repaid my own?" Taku asked. "That is not for me to say," Enso replied. "But your next life will not begin in ignorance." Years later, villagers would speak of a quiet man at the Cloud Lantern Temple, once a trickster, now a servant of light. When asked how he changed, he would reply simply, "I once tried to steal from a monk, but the universe caught me by the ear and whispered, 'You cannot escape what you owe.'" The teaching of the story: karma is not vengeance. It is not cruel. It is memory, the soul remembering its promises. Every debt we create, whether of coin or kindness, will be settled. Maybe not today, maybe not even in this life, but the universe forgets nothing. We may think we've escaped a consequence, but karma is a patient teacher. It waits, and when the moment is right, it returns, not to punish, but to restore balance. The choice is always ours. Repay now with awareness and integrity, or repay later when memory has faded but the cost remains. So before you take what is not yours, before you lie or deceive, remember, what you owe does not disappear. It waits, it watches, and one day it will return, often when you least expect it. But know this too: every good deed also echoes. A single act of honesty can clear lifetimes of debt. A sincere apology can melt chains. Thus, do not fear karma. Honor it. Walk with it. Let it make you honest. And above all, live in such a way that your next life will bow in gratitude to this one.